Hey guys, it's Jacqueline and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. So today's video is a cottage which, if I haven't changed my mind, is going to be titled Edwardian Whimsy, which is a weird title, I'll give you that, but my sister came up with it and I, at first, was like, no, I'm not going to title it that, that's ridiculous and dumb. Not in such blunt words, of course, but I was like, I think I'll think of a different title, Lizzie, my dearest beloved sister. But then I realized that I didn't have a different title, so I'm calling it Edwardian Whimsy. Accurate description, I guess. It's kind of an Edwardian house, a little bit gothic, and I had like a terrible time with the roofing, but it ended up coming together really well. If I can give you a pro tip for Sims 4, just don't try with the curved roofs because it's useless. Like, I mean, you can do it for like one roof, obviously, like if it's just kind of a gabled roof, you're gonna be fine. But if you try to do it with a lot of roofs and combine them together, the slopes aren't gonna match up properly, so I wouldn't go for it because I wasted a lot of time with that, and I don't know why I tried it again because I've done like curved roofs so many times and it never really works out too well for me, but maybe I'm just really bad at working them. But regardless, let's see, I'm coming to you live at 12:12 a.m. exactly currently. So yeah, Jacqueline after dark, Jacqueline in the night might be a terrible idea, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know why, I just like really wanted to finish this video before Sunday, which this is so dumb. I've had this video done for like, a week maybe, but I just have not done a voiceover because I suck. So that's what we're doing today, and hopefully I will finish it tonight, and then I'll get this video up, and you guys can watch it tomorrow, which is Sunday. So if you're seeing this on Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well, the day of rest and whatnot. I hope you have your rest, and yeah, it should be a fun Sunday like any other, really. But anyway, have some stories to tell, but first we can discuss the build a bit. So like I said, it's very, very gothic, and I wanted to just kind of match the energy of the pack that we got, which is obviously the Sims 4 Paranormal Stuff Pack, which I keep wanting to call it Happy Haunts, but it's not Happy Haunts, it's Paranormal. So, I honestly was having a hard time at first deciding what style to do the exterior, because I was going to do more of a like traditional Louisiana kind of exterior, because like that was my first immediate thought, since the pack feels very Louisiana to me. Like obviously we didn't really get any exterior items, we got mainly by like furnishing items, so you know, you can't exactly judge the architectural style based on that, though the items just to me had a lot of New Orleans energy to them. So that was what I was going to try for originally, and I do think this, like, it could fit in pretty well in an area like that, but it's not necessarily that style. Honestly, it does have more of like a British tint to me with the kind of Edwardian vibes to it, so, and also kind of the Georgian vibes as well. So yeah, it was interesting. I quite enjoyed it, but I really still can't put a finger on it totally. Like I said, I'm really not that well versed in architecture, so if any of you know more about that. But I was just really excited to use this brick because I had a Pinterest like reference picture that I was using for this. I tried to build a different house originally to be my like Paranormal Stuff Pack house, but I could not get that one to work. I don't know why. I think it's because I was trying to use wood texture on it, and wood textures in The Sims, I can just never make them look good. I don't know why, I just suck. But yeah, the brick, I thought it looked so pretty, and this is my favorite brick, and a lot of people don't like it because I think the color tones are like unrealistic or whatever, but I don't care. I think it's a very nice brick, and the brick in the picture, my reference picture, was just basically exactly like this, so I was very excited to be able to recreate that and use this brick. And yeah, really spark of joy in my life. But another thing I thought was cool about this house, I guess I should say, is that I used a lot of different window types. So here I used the ones from Strangerville and Vampires, and then I also use some from Brightchester, the Discovery University pack, that's what I meant to say. So yeah, I really tried to vary the windows a lot because, like I said, this pack feels very eclectic to me, so I wanted to match that with the exterior, and I think they work really nicely together, although you can kind of tell that they're not really like from the same style necessarily, but I don't mind how it looks. So yeah, and for the interior, I just went very colorful. It's more of a darker color scheme, but it does have a lot of color in it, so it's not like all blacks or anything like that. I like the way it looks, but I did kind of struggle a lot with the color scheme in this house, to be honest with you. a lot of that was largely due to the fact that my mother came in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say mother like that. I love my mom, but she came in while I was like halfway through building this, and I was like, oh my god, Mom, I want to show you this house that I made. And she was like, okay. And her exact words about the interior, she liked the exterior, but her exact words were about the interior were, and I quote, it's busy in a bad way. So, you know, you might hate this. If you do, congrats. You and my mom are on the same wavelength, but if you like it, you know, we're on the same wavelength, because I'm a fan of this house. I quite like it. I think it would be fun to live here, though the interior, you know, might be a bit over the top for me, but definitely the exterior, I would love to live here. So, I say that about every house I build. That's really annoying of me. Sorry about that, but anyway, so the family that lives here is actually kind of a complex story. Can you believe it? It's not my usual story of, I don't even know what, single moms is what I usually do, I think. But so for this one, first of all, there's a couple. The couple is super obsessed with ghost hunting, and like, I don't know, whatever you do in the paranormal stuff fact, they're super obsessed with that. So they basically just like bonded over this. They got married because they were like both obsessed with it, and they had other similarities too, because otherwise I feel like that would just be a terrible relationship, but whatever. So then they also had like a mutual friend, and the mutual friend was also super into like ghosty things. So they all basically lived in a neighborhood kind of close to the neighborhood where this house is. This house had a murder occur in it, like a historical murder, right? And then I don't know what happened, some kind of like death in the family or something of the people that ran this house, and this house went up for sale. And so they were like, wow, you know what we should do? We should buy this death house and live here, because that sounds like a good idea. So they did that. They were like super excited to, I don't know, hunt ghosts or whatever. I did make this a haunted house lot, so I don't know exactly how that will work, but hopefully you can do all of the fun paranormal gameplay stuff in here. And then, yeah, so they moved in here, and then while they were here, the couple, while they were all busy hunting ghosts and whatnot, the couple was also busy making a baby, and said baby grew up with this kind of wacky family situation. And yeah, she's just not terribly happy to be here. She would rather kind of live a normal teenage life, but that's not happening for her because her parents are super into the ghosty things. So yeah, her room I think is like the most tame of all the rooms, although pay attention to her room. It's the last bedroom in the build. And I don't know why I just told you to pay attention to it, but I did do something kind of cool in there, which I thought was really nice. But basically I used some benches from base game to like make a bed frame with the Seasons bed. I thought it looked really cool, but you'll see it when we get there, which is still a while, that was a weird way to say while, still a while away. But yeah, anyways, let's see, life updates. So this is the thing, for some reason I really want to talk about. I don't know why, it's so dumb, but well, it's not dumb, but it's just like, it's a weird thing to want to talk about. But I want to discuss something cool that happened to my friend, because she is a writer for our school newspaper. She's also an editor this year, which there's an interesting, oh sorry if you heard that, my knee just hit my desk, idiot. But she's a writer for our school newspaper. She's an editor this year, because basically like last year, the editors-in-chief were choosing the new editors for the next year. She got like runner-up for multiple editing positions, but she didn't get a single one of them. Like she didn't actually get chosen for editor of any of them. And then the teacher that like advises journalism was like, hey, I think you deserve to be editor. So then they just like full on created a new section. Like she created her own section, because my friend is a creative writer. She's, you know, quirky like that. She's not like the other girls. So she is a creative writer now, and she is the head of the creative writing section, or like the editor person or whatever. I don't really know much about it, but basically she wrote an article, which is actually for the opinion section, I think, but it was about like, because she's Indian, so she's a second generation immigrant, and her article was about like basically like the cultural divide and the ideological divide between like immigrants and their parents, or no, immigrants and their children, sorry. So she was writing about that, and yeah, it was really cool. I wasn't allowed to read it at first, but I read it the first day it went live, because like, I don't know, I just do that. But then she told me not to read it like after I'd already read it, and I didn't have the heart to tell her I'd read it already, so I just was like, okay, sure, I won't read it, definitely. But it was a really good article, and basically what I'm telling the story is that it kind of went like viral. Viral might not be a good word. I think it has like 880 views right now though, which is like kind of like it's the most viewed article on the newspaper website, the school newspaper website. So it like went really well, and yeah, a lot of people read it, which makes sense because my school, like the population demographics are like, I don't know exactly, I want to say like 36% Latino and maybe 30% Asian American. So like the point is that basically like a vast majority of the kids at my school could definitely like relate to a lot of the stuff she wrote about. So she was getting all these messages that were like, oh my god, like I read your article and I really related to it and blah blah blah. And then they decided to promote the article, so a bunch of teachers like promoted the article to their classes and stuff, and were like, hey, you should read this. And it's really funny because she's a very modest person, and by modest I mean she has like severe self-esteem issues and she just won't admit that she's ever done a good thing, which is, you know, an issue. But she was so uncomfortable the entire time that everyone was like promoting it and stuff. And then our Spanish teacher made us read it. It's not even in Spanish, right? We were just reading the article in English and then discussing it in Spanish. And she and I are in the same Spanish class, so it was really funny because we were on Zoom and I was just watching her and she looked so embarrassed. But yeah, anyway, I'm really glad she wrote about it. I don't really know what the point of the story is, but the original point of the story was going to be that I wasn't allowed to read it, but I had already read it and it was like an uncomfortable situation. But then she finally let me read it, obviously, because we had to read it in our Spanish class and discuss it. But yeah, I'm just really proud of her, and I'm really glad she wrote it too, because she talks to me about this stuff a lot, like about, I don't know, immigrant families and just like that whole situation. But I obviously can't really relate to it because both my parents were born in the United States, so I don't know. I mean, I listen obviously, but I can't really help her, so I'm really glad that she like found a bunch of people that can also like relate to that situation. I mean, she was friends with a lot of them before, but I'm just proud of her. She like opened a conversation and whatnot. So yeah, that's my friend. She's fabulous and whatnot. Next conversation topic. I don't have one. Wait, I do. Let me check my post-it. Oh, Grace Vanderwall. Okay, Grace Vanderwall is my next conversation topic because recently I have discovered a deep, affectionate love for Grace Vanderwall's music. Like, it's amazing. It's so good. And I don't know how I missed this for so long, because I have an embarrassing story about this whole Grace Vanderwall thing. Like, just Grace Vanderwall. It relates to me and both Grace Vanderwall. So my friend, the same friend from the newspaper story actually, she was super obsessed with Grace Vanderwall, still is, but was super obsessed with her when she was on America's Got Talent. And so she got like concert tickets to Grace Vanderwall, I think. And this was when we were in like 8th grade. We're juniors now, but when we were in 8th grade, she got concert tickets to Grace Vanderwall. And we took the bus together every morning. So this morning, she like arrived at the bus and I was already there, and she goes like, oh my god, I'm so excited, I'm going to a Grace Vanderwall concert. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then I did a very stupid thing, and just invited myself to go to the concert with her. Like, it was such a mess. And she didn't have the heart. I mean, I don't know, maybe she would, like, maybe she didn't mind, but she didn't tell me that what I had done was obnoxious. But looking back on it, it was so obnoxious. I was just like, okay, that's cool. But I had never been to a concert before. That's a lie, actually. I had been to a Paul McCartney concert because my dad is a Beatles stan. I mean, low-key same, like, so am I, but I don't know. I don't have the money for tickets, so he decided he wanted to take me. So I've been to a Paul McCartney concert, 2 now, actually, but only 1 at the time. So that was the only concert I'd ever been to for an old British man, right? And I was like, oh my god, a concert for like a person of our generation, like like a hip new person, that sounds pretty cool. So I really wanted to go, right? And I called my mom because tickets were only like $20, so I was like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I can live my concert attending dream. So I called my mom. I was like, Mom, buy tickets to the Grace Vanderwall concert. And she was like, okay, like, oh, sure. So we got 3 tickets from me, my mom, and my sister, right? And my friend literally, like, she didn't invite me. She was going with a different person. I didn't listen to Grace Vanderwall at the time. Like, this was like, it was terrible. It was very obnoxious of me. So yeah, sorry about that. If my friend ever listens to this, she doesn't even know about this channel. I mean, she knows it exists, but she doesn't know what it is. So she'll never listen to this, but I don't know. That was a really embarrassing thing for me. But either way, the point is that I really hadn't listened to Grace Vanderwall much before, like, this month, like probably actually like December, started listening to her. But I started listening to Moonlight like back in December and January time. I think it was my favorite song of January, which is the thing I'm doing. I'm writing down my like favorite song and book of each month to make my life feel less like it's a total waste. Peace signs, finger guns. Sorry, that was so awkward. You can't see me, but in real life I'm such an awkward speaker, so like whenever a weird pause to the conversation happens, I just like do finger guns at someone. It's really bad. But anyway, so yeah, listened to Moonlight, liked Moonlight a lot, and then the other day I made the just wonderful decision to listen to just the beginning, which is Grace Vanderwall's album, and oh my god, I've lived in ignorance for so long. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. So I would highly recommend it if you haven't listened to it, because she's like 15 when she made it too. I don't know. I think young pop artists are just very, very unique and very good in my opinion. But like Lorde, for example, Lorde like 16 was just a total vibe. I mean, Melodrama is really good too. Don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, Grace Vanderbilt, very cool. And I think my favorite songs from that album were probably Moonlight, and it's like her most popular song, I think. And let's see, A Better Life, I like that one a lot. And also Darkness Keeps Chasing Me. But that one just because like I'm a very angsty person, so there's that. But that's what I've been listening to lately. How about you? And also, of course, my musicals. Dear Evan Hansen, shouts out to you because you got me through a lot, man. I really love Dear Evan Hansen. I feel very affectionately for it. So I would recommend that you listen to Dear Evan Hansen and Just the Beginning by Grace Vanderbilt, which is her album. So yeah. Anyway, I'm just kind of disappointed in myself because literally I was gonna go to a concert of hers in 8th grade. 8th grade. We had tickets. And I mean, it's a good thing I didn't go because like that was just, it was a weird thing I did there. I just totally like invited myself to something that I was not invited to. That's probably why I had no friends back then. Wow, it's funny how I say had no friends back then as if I like have friends now. I have one friend, the friend who loves Grace Vanderbilt and who wrote the article. Wow, she's coming up a lot. But anyway, so that's my second story of the day. And yeah, we're kind of screwed because I'm not even close to all the way through the voiceover and I'm coming up on my last discussion point here. But today, here's the funny thing that happened today. I decided to wear clothing as I do every day, but I usually don't really change if I'm not leaving my house, but sometimes I get in the mood to like feel like my life is together even if it's not actually, and so I like wear clothes even though I'm like literally just leaving my room sometimes to go to the bathroom in the kitchen. Yeah, I live a very one-room lifestyle. But anyway, I got dressed today. I wore these corduroy pants I have and like a big white cream sweater. I got it on Depop. Shout out Depop. It's actually from Urban Outfitters, but like who can afford $60, $70 for a sweater? Not I, and even if I could, I would not buy it from Urban Outfitters because they're not really the most ethical of brands, but regardless, yeah, $13 on Depop. Pretty cool, man. Anyway, so I wore this sweater out, right? And I was just walking out to the kitchen, refilling my water bottle, and my dad is out there. He's like looking at his phone or something, and he goes, "Oh, I like your outfit. You look like an Irish fisherman." What? I beg your pardon, father? I look like an Irish fisherman? And I looked at him really weirdly, and he was like, yeah, or like an Irish lassie, because if you don't know, a large percentage of my heritage is Irish, so like, I don't know, I guess we're like up on the Irish clothing, I don't know, either way. So I was like, okay, I'm not sure how to react to what you've just told me there, but thanks, I guess, right? But then I was instantly made very insecure about my outfit because Irish fisherman is just not like the response you hope to get from an outfit, and I wasn't really like, it's not like I'd focused a lot on putting it together, but I just had worn something that I thought was cute, and then I was told that I looked like a fisherman from an island in Europe. Interesting. But anyway, so then I told my friend about this, my one friend, she's come up again in my voiceover. I was like, hey, guess what my dad just told me? And then she kept demanding to see the outfit. I obviously wouldn't let her because I was just informed of what it actually looked like, which was not as flattering as I had hoped. So that happened. And then later in the night, just like a few hours ago, I think, my dad and my mom and my sister and I were all in my parents' room. Actually, we were watching the news together, which is not a thing we've ever done before, I don't think, so that's kind of random, but cool, I guess. So we were all watching the news together. America getting to a state of concerning, but that's not relevant right now. So then my dad just randomly walks over to one of the drawers of like his dresser, and he pulled it out, and he took out this like really bulky sweater thing that looked like shockingly similar to my sweater, except it was more authentic. And he's like, "Oh, this is my Irish fisherman sweater." And I was like, what? Like, I've been insecure about your comment about my Irish fisherman's sweater all day long, and you have your own Irish fisherman sweater? Okay, okay, cool. But his was like genuine cotton and stuff, like it, or wool. God, I'm not up to date on my fabrics that are used to make sweaters, but it was like hand knitted and stuff in Ireland from my Irish relatives, probably. So, yeah, and he showed it to me, and I was like, whoa, that looks just like mine. And then my sister was like, oh my god, you know what we should do? We should twin with our Irish fisherman sweaters. And by ours. I mean, she literally just like basically took it from my dad, so that was fun. That was funny. I mean, it wouldn't fit him anymore anyway, but yeah. So she took my dad's Irish fisherman sweater. I have my own Irish fisherman sweater, which I got on Depop, like I said, and now we both have them. We can twin together. It's a really fun like sibling bonding activity. And I'm slightly less insecure because my sister looks really cute in hers, so maybe I look really cute in mine and I just can't tell. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's a fun tidbit. Let me know something fun that happened in your life today or yesterday or the day before yesterday. I know I'll give you a wide time span because life these days is just dull. So if nothing interesting has happened of recent, that's okay. But anyway, let's see. Right now I am working on the second bedroom. So this is the bedroom for the friend that's not in a relationship, I don't think currently. I mean, the bed is in the corner, so unless you want to have your Sims scooch every time they gotta go to bed, and obviously they cannot, they can't woohoo in the freaking corner bed, which I don't understand the logic behind. Like, just make them both get in from the one side, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't really matter. But the Sims, it's a little behind its years. It should be a little more updated by now. But anyway, cool exposed brick wall. Doesn't actually, don't think about it too hard because it doesn't technically line up with where the brick is on the outside of the house, but that's fine. And this one was kind of for like a super artistic sim, I thought. I mean, I feel like that's pretty obvious from the furnishings. They're kind of more eclectic. They're the one that's like more into colorful stuff. The other Sims, I mean, they're into colorful stuff as well, but they have a bit more of a like refined taste, I think. So yeah, I didn't put a terrible amount of thought into the characters, but like I said, they're all just really close, not like threesome close, but oh my god, not like threesome close. This is why I shouldn't record voiceovers late at night. I'm sorry about that comment. I hope there's not a child watching this, but yeah, they're all friends, good pals. And then yeah, once we do the kid's bedroom, like I said, that one's more like reserved colors and stuff because I imagine that the kid is not terribly happy to be living with these paranormal ghost hunter people. But that's what's happening right now. The kids now I said. So that's what's happening. The kids' bedroom currently, as you can see, I used a lot of paranormal items like all over. The hanging plant, oh my god, I'm so obsessed with that plant. It's beautiful. I used it so many places in this house. Like there's a shot at some point in here where you can see 4 hanging plants, maybe 3 or 4. I don't remember if it's 3 or 4, but a large number of hanging plants all like in one shot, which is a little concerning, but I love the plant so much, so hopefully you guys also like it. And here I'm doing the thing that I mentioned with the bed frame and the benches. I thought it looked really cool. Full disclosure, it was completely inspired by something I saw Freezer Bunny do on a, I think it was his cottagecore build, which is the build he did with the paranormal stuff pack. So yeah, definitely check out Freezer Bunny if you haven't, and I'm sure most of you have, because if you watch my videos, you know, you've gotten pretty deep into the recesses of Sims 4 speed build people. So but anyway, he did his with some cats and dogs benches, so I might try with those in the future, but he used like the tool mod and stuff. I just literally merged the benches into bed, and I'm actually not sure if it will work, so I have to playtest that, but I have to playtest a few things in this build, I think. One thing is the Seance Table as well. I haven't actually done any gameplay, so I'm not really sure if the Seance Table will work with like having the crystal ball on like a regular circular table. I mean, I'm tempted to say yes, but I feel like it won't because the Seance Table is like an activity table, you know, so I don't know how that will go, but I will see. I'll change it if it needs to be changed. The build will be more functional, because that's the ultimate goal, but I'm really bad at playtesting stuff. I get comments on the gallery like that all the time, so I'm sorry about that. I don't have the energy. Once I finish a build, like, I don't want to spend more time in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to move on to the next thing, but I do feel bad, so I'm trying to playtest builds more before I put them on the gallery, and just put builds on the gallery more quickly as well, because, you know, my life is kind of a mess. Honestly, when I'm not playing Sims, I don't spend that much time thinking about Sims. Used to be the total opposite, because, you know, we could get a throwback to the days when I literally put out a build every other day. I don't even know how I did that. Oh my god, the other day I got a comment from someone that was like on one of my old builds where I was like freaking out about like being inconsistent with uploads and stuff, because I used to freak out so much about that, not even because like I felt bad about being inconsistent, but just because like genuinely I played The Sims so much, I depended on The Sims so much, like that was where my sanity came from. So I was like, oh my god, if I'm inconsistent, that means I won't be playing much, and that means I'll be going literally crazy. Yeah, you know, Jack of the past, it's fine. I didn't go crazy, but, you know, it's okay. But yeah, it was so funny because they were like, take a break. And, I mean, at the time it was relevant, right? Because I was uploading every other day, pretty much. and speed builds. Like that's a lot. That's like 10 hours per video at the very minimum, so that's kind of frequent. But anyway, so I just thought that was funny because like now someone telling me to take a break would be so ridiculous, because like, I mean, I don't know what you consider this uploading 2 videos a month thing. I would call that a break. Basically, I'm just on a permanent break these days, but I'm still uploading whenever I can. So yeah, I've been like crazy busy with school and stuff, and I don't know if softball's actually gonna happen this year. I have a complex relationship with softball. We don't have to get into it, but I am actually feeling pretty excited for it to happen this year, because I don't know, I miss being outside and stuff. I really miss physical activity, to be honest with you. I don't do much of that when I'm inside. My sister and I, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to say this. My sister and I are learning the dance to Rasputin. Is it Rasputin? I always thought it was Rasputin, and I swear, like, I don't think I would be wrong about that, because I've watched multiple, like, videos. I used to watch a bunch of YouTube videos about, like, historical figures and stuff, because I'm kind of a nerd like that, so I feel like I would know how to pronounce his name correctly, because I remember watching videos about him, but whatever. Anyway, so that song has a dance on Just Dance 2, and my sister saw this video that, you've probably seen it, honestly. It has like 14 million views at this point. My sister saw this video of some people doing Just Dance to it, and she sent it to me, and she was like, will you do this with me? Will you learn how to do this with me? And I was obviously like, absolutely I will, because it just, the energy is amazing. So yeah, I'm really excited to do that. We were supposed to have our first practice session today, but then we didn't because we were both busy and whatnot. So hopefully we'll practice tomorrow, and I'll update you guys on how it goes. I would say I would include a video of me dancing to it, but I won't do that because, face reveal will not be happening, and therefore dance reveal will definitely not be happening because I can't dance for the life of me, but it'll be fun. It'll be really fun. I'm just excited. I don't know. I've always been quite enthralled with the idea of dancing. Like, having that much control over your body parts is just kind of foreign to me, because I'm just generally a very, like, awkward person. Like I said, I don't have much control over my body parts. They just kind of flail about, and I go with it. So I'm very excited to dance, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry if that's dumb, but that's my life these days. And now we're on to the exterior. Oh my god. So nothing much is going on in the exterior. I put in a pool, like some standard backyard activities, but I don't really feel the need to narrate that portion, so I guess I will cut off the voiceover here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, you can leave a like and comment to let me know. Subscribe and click the bell for notifications if you want to see more videos and get notified every single time that I upload a video. And if you like this build and want to play in it, it will be up on the gallery. My origin ID is in the description. That is all. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.